Thanks for joining us here at 4. I'm Lee Mills. A former Madison priest was back in court today after being accused of bail jumping and attempting to groom a child. 38-year-old Andrew Showers was already out on bond for child sex charges in Waupaca County when he was found communicating with an undercover police officer posing as a 15-year-old girl. This is how Showers first received charges in August of last year after agreeing to meet with a minor who was actually a Clintonville police sergeant posing as a 14-year-old girl. The current investigation took place between late 2025 and July of this year. Showers acknowledged multiple times that the victim was underage and that he knew the consequences if he got caught. A new $15,000 cash bond has been set in Madison County for Showers, as well as new limitations. He is not allowed to leave the state, access the internet, chat online, or speak to minors. He has a status conference on September 16th in Waupaca County on the previous charges. A future hearing in Madison County has not been scheduled.